Hi, and welcome to another edition of Jules Voto's Photo Focus. My last couple videos, I talked about some of my favorite vintage manual focus lenses that I use in my Nikon mirrorless cameras. One video was about my 3 favorite wide angles, and my last video was about my 3 favorite normal lenses. So in this video, I'm going to talk about my 3 favorite telephoto lenses. Now, in the previous 2 videos, I had lenses from Pentax and Minolta and Canon and Nikon. In this video, you're only going to see Nikon lenses, Nikkor lenses. And the reason for that is I've been a Nikon shooter for over 50 years. I have more Nikkor lenses than any other brand. In recent years, I would say maybe in the last 4 years or so, I've been collecting other lenses, but primarily wide angles and normals. A few telephotos here and there, but not many. And I just want to say something about a Minolta lens. I did have the Minolta 100mm 2.5, the Rocore. It dated from the mid-60s. It was an excellent lens. I really liked it, but I ended up selling it because I have some Nikon lenses that I thought were a little better. So let me get started. And the first lens I want to talk about is the 105 2.5. This was the 3rd lens I bought when I got my first Nikon camera back in 1972. I bought the 105 in 1973. This is not that exact lens. This is the multi-coated version. The one I had was not multi-coated, but the 105 2.5, the original version, the chrome version, which I have here, was one of the first lenses introduced with the Nikon F back in 1959. I recently did a video on that lens, and I will put a link in the description below to that video. But the newer version, this version that was introduced in 1971, the 105 2.5, it's all black. What a great lens. And I called this a legendary lens, and it is. I used this lens for countless portraits from 1973 until I finally sold it, which I regret. Not even sure when I sold it. It was after I got into digital. So I had that lens for a long time, earned a lot of money with it, and a couple of years ago I bought back the newer version, the multi-coated version, which dates from around 1974. But an excellent lens. It focuses down to 3.5 feet. It has full stops from 2.5 to 32. It takes 52mm filters. Comes with, when bought new, it came with an excellent shade that clips on. Gave great protection. This is probably this is my all-time favorite manual focus lens. This lens holds up extremely well even today when compared to some of the great mirrorless lenses that are available. So I really love this lens. You could still find these lenses, all varieties, from the original chrome version to the multi-coated version to the newer AI and AIS lenses with rubberized focusing rings. They're all excellent. I highly recommend this lens. Next is the 200mm f4. This is the AI version that came out in 1977. It's more compact than the original version. I believe that original version also was introduced in 59, maybe 60. This one focuses a lot closer. It focuses down to just under 7 feet. It's an f4 lens. Retractable lens hood, takes 52mm filters, and you can see how compact it is for a 200mm lens. Here's the 105, here's the 200, very compact. I've used this lens when wanting to travel light before I got my 24-200 Z mount. So I would take this lens with me along with my 24-70, and if I needed something long, I would use this lens, and it worked out great. And still in great shape. This lens, like I said, was introduced in '77. This version dates from about '78. Sharp, compact, smooth focus. Really like this lens. And the final lens I want to talk about is a lens I've only used a little bit. And when I first got interested in photography and got my first Nikon, they had a promotion going. And I think once I sent in my warranty card, if I remember right, I received a little booklet from Nikon, and it was offering a discount on certain lenses. And there was a coupon at the back that I took to my dealer, and I bought the 35 2.8. But there was a picture of this lens in the book. I know this sounds crazy, but I just liked the way this lens looked. I never had anything longer than a 200. I did have a 200 Vivitar for my Pentax previously. And I just thought, God, a 300mm lens would be great. So a few years ago, I picked this lens up for like 40 bucks. So it's a 300 f4.5. It's not close focusing. It focuses only down to 13 feet. It also has a retractable hood, takes 72mm filters. It's a little on the heavy side, of course. It's a 300, but it is a 4.5, which for its day was considered pretty fast. A lot of lenses were 5.6 or slower. It does not have a tripod collar, but it has mounting points to mount to a tripod, one for horizontal, the other one for vertical. So it's a really nice lens. Like I said, I haven't used it much, and so, you know, why include that as one of my favorite lenses? Just because it's something I wanted for a long time, and I did test it. It is sharp. No, it's not as sharp as today's lenses, but it's adequately sharp, especially if you're shooting film, and I really like it. I don't think I would ever sell this lens. I know it's crazy, like I said before, but I just like the way it looks. All right, and by the way, in order to use these lenses on my Nikon mirrorless cameras, I use the FTZ adapter. If you shoot Sony or Canon or some other mirrorless camera, there are adapters to use Nikon F lenses on your particular brand of mirrorless camera. There are probably, don't hold me to this, but there are probably more Nikon F mount lenses available on the used market than any other brand. If you're searching for a particular lens, let's say the 105, you go on eBay or some online camera stores and you will find tons of 105s or 200s or 300s. So there's a lot of Nikon lenses available. So let me know your thoughts on the telephotos. I am sure there are plenty of good Canon and Minolta and Pentax and so forth telephoto lenses, but like I said, these are the ones I use. These are my favorites, and I just didn't want to throw in another brand if it wasn't my favorite. These are my 3 favorite telephoto lenses. Although I must say, it was a hard time deciding on either the chrome version or the newer black version of the 105 2.5. They're both excellent. I just think maybe because of the multi-coating, maybe because it looks exactly like the first one that I bought. The optics are exactly the same. The one I bought in 1973. This one is just multi-coated. I think that made me lean towards this lens also because I used it probably more than any other prime lens. So I would love to hear your comments or questions. Please leave your comments and questions in the comments below. I always try to respond to all comments and all questions. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I usually publish a new video every Monday morning and Wednesday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. And in my final installment in this series, I will be talking about manual focus zoom lenses. So stay tuned for that. Talk to you next time.